Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. And I'm sort of slow again now. I've been finishing off a lot of home networking stuff. So this telly here is now linked to my hub, but I'm more about that a bit later anyway. So I've been doing lots of stuff here. I've been installing wireless access points, just like this one here, and I've got one upstairs as well. Various bits and pieces anyway. Right, this is a common question. This is a question that's actually popped up. A guy's emailed me. Thanks very much for your email. You'll know who you are because he watches my channel. And he's asked a couple of questions. He's got a dental practice and he basically wants to recable the whole building. Roughly needs about 40 network points, roughly a 48 port switch. Now, let's go through this. This is what I would do is, yes, cable the building. I would need to look, I don't know if you're going to be interested in getting somebody in to do this, or maybe you want to get me involved. I don't mind. I'm not mega expensive, much more cheaper than any other networking company in the UK, because I record all this video for my own YouTube channel. So if you want to get me involved, then give me a shout. Happy to help. And again, my costs are not expensive, much cheaper, promise you. It's a lot cheaper than anybody in the UK, I promise you. Anyway, besides that, so what I would do is check the building over, because sometimes dental practice takes over like a house and converts it. So I'm not sure it's a pre-built one for dentist practice, whether it's an office converted to dentist practice, or whether it's a house again modified as dental practice. Because a lot of ones around in Surrey are very much modified from a house. So cabling issues comes a bit of a problem laying cables, because if you've taken a general house like this, laying cables, it's going to look terrible laying all in here and so forth. So what I've done with this particular house is I label the cables outside the house and run them round to the actual rooms. So it makes the inside look much more tidier, and on the outside you can actually cable tie it really nicely and put trunking over it, make it look part of the house building. So it still looks neat. You can lay the cables easier. I laid cables in a hotel before, a very small hotel, and that was a nightmare doing it indoors, because trying to get through like their walls, especially if you got like a main, get my fingers on, back over here, a main part of the wall that's got like steel inside, it's very difficult to drill through. So we lay the cables on the outside of the building and around to get to the positions we want. So you're talking about 40 odd ports you need to install. Fantastic. You need a bigger switch than a 48 port switch, because you also got to consider if you've got a broadband router, they've got connections that go in, you've got servers, they'll need to connect to that as well. So you need to be a little bit more bigger than a 48 port switch. I know 48 port is probably the biggest switch you can get, but I will consider maybe a 24 port switch and maybe a 48 port switch, and you've got loads of extra room a bit later on as well. And sometimes some areas you connect to may not need cabling all directly to it. You can probably get away with putting a hub in another room, connecting some of the machines together. That's another way of saving lots of cabling costs. And if it's difficult to cable in the room, it's probably not easy to put a switch in a small switch in each room, cable one cable to that one as an uplink, and that makes things a lot more easier to cable within the room itself back to its own little switch, and run one link cable from where you're going to actually have your server sat. So obviously the Cat6 or Cat5. Well, here I'm running all Cat5 on my servers. I find that ample enough speed, depending on what you're running on your network. Depends if speed is of massive importance. If it's only connecting to the internet and sharing a few files with a few users, or running an application over the network, well, then Cat5 will be perfect to lay it, and it's cheaper cable to lay itself. If you're going to go Cat6, then it's Cat6 all the way. Cable, connectors, patching, patching cables, and making sure all the network cards and stuff like that are compatible with Cat6 as well, which most of them are anyway. So there's a lot to consider about Cat6. I was considering laying Cat6, but obviously I don't see massive speed benefits when you're in a Cat6 network, because it tend to be mostly mixed. If you're going to go Cat6 all the way through, then you'll probably see there's probably won't be a massive amount of noticeable speeds. Maybe a little bit more improvement on Cat5, but again, if speed's not important to you, it's just running a database amongst a few users and running internet as your main source, then obviously Cat5 is still a good cable to run and use these days. Cat5e, because that's what I've got installed in this house here. I've got kids that stream video. I've got not just Netflix, they're into like YouTube and various other places they stream music and video all the time. So in theory I've just laid Cat5 cable, and that works perfectly. and they're like heavy streamers, YouTubers, heavy. I mean, they run a YouTube channel. I upload again over Cat5 cable and stuff like that. So it's perfect. That's everything I need to do. You'll be really surprised what you can still get out of Cat5 cable. So Cat6 is still a bit more expensive, but you can probably save a lot of money by going with Cat5e routes. That's what I would suggest. But if you want to go Cat6, then what you can do as well. It's up to you how much money you want to spend as well. So I think the next stage will be from here. If you want me to get me more involved in doing your network and installing the cables, or want to know what equipment to use, things like that, I'll do a shopping list for you, and I'll email it over to you. I've got your email address, which you've obviously emailed me on. I can send you an email of all the type of things you want to get. So the main thing I would need to know on your dental practice, what software are you running? Can you send me an email of the website, software you're going to be using on your network or on your servers? Also on the servers, do you want it more like file print? Are we running on a database? Are you running emails? So do you need Exchange, Microsoft Exchange for emails internally? Are you linking two dental practices up over a long distance? Things like that. So things like that, you let me know, and I can then build a scenario around what you want. Quite easy that way. And I run these servers here, which runs VMware and remote desktop. And that's brilliantly for running dental practices, especially if you've got a dental practice and you've opened like 3 or 4 of them up and you want all on the same server, on the same network, then remote desktop is a solution for you. And having an Exchange server, so you all got the same email account, so you can internal email each other and stuff like that. You can share folders, files, documents, so every actual dental practice, where they're scattered around the UK, can be all connected to the same network. I could do that for you. I practically do this myself. I've got my Mac that connects to my desktop. I can go and connect anywhere in the world to my desktop. Makes me really flexible. I even come to your house and get onto your laptop. I can connect to my desktop back here, and that's what I use these servers here. At the moment, these servers are located in the front room here, but they're going to be into my man cave. Man cave's getting built tomorrow, so we'll hopefully migrate all this back into its proper place, rather than the front room and stuff. So it's been hot quite the last few days, so I've had a fan constantly blowing on my kit, keeping it cool. So if that answers your questions, I'll post you an email to let you know I've done this video, which you'll probably already watch this now by the time I've done that. And any questions, put an email. Or if any of you guys out there want a similar build or business that needs networking, cabling, or cables needs tidying up and stuff like that, let me know. And very soon we're going to run a video. I'm going to be running, so I run Cat5 in the house here. I'll be running 4 pairs of Cat6 down to my man cave on the bottom of the garden, and we'll see if there's a massive difference between Cat5 and Cat6. So watch out for that video next. Thanks guys for watching. See you soon on the next one. Cheers.